Hello, this is Deb Joy Smeak from Delight of My Art. Today we are doing our May Sweet and Simple card class for 2024. This one is called Labeled with Love. It is featuring the Labeled with Love bundle, which I absolutely fell in love with, and I couldn't stop designing with this one. Usually for Sweet and Simple class, we do 3 different stamp sets or 2 or 3 different stamp sets, and I just couldn't stop with this one. So this one is a bundle. You could get the punch with the stamp set and save 10%, or you can get this one with 3 dies that are the same shape and that go with this stamp set. It has a outline for that punch or dies, and then all of these little pieces will fit inside of that. This is a wonderful punch too. I love this size. It's a nice label size, and this is, in my opinion, a must-have set. So this is our card kit for the month. This is how it comes packaged. If you had already participated in this month's class, this was the May class. I am recording this a little bit late, but that doesn't mean this class isn't worth watching, because it is fantastic and a timeless set that you can use for birthdays. Enjoy, just for you, friendly birthday. So let's go ahead and get down to the desktop, and I'll show you all the things that you'll need for this kit or for this class. You can watch along for free, and I'll tell you all the measurements. But if you are participated in this class, you'll also get the tutorial PDF emailed to you. Now let's go ahead and get down to the desktop here. Okay, you'll need the Labeled with Love bundle for this class. And also we're using these ink pads. We've got Memento Black and also Pretty in Pink, Summer Splash, Petunia Pop, and Early Espresso. I'm also utilizing these beautiful gems. They're called the Adhesive Backed Metallic Gems, and they come in silver, gold, and copper. And let's go ahead and dig into this kit. I always include a little bit of candy in there, so I'll get to eat this one. I love these mini tiny gummy bears and these little tiny Tic Tacs. They're so stinking cute. I love tiny things, if you know me. Okay, let's go ahead and get all these pieces out. So I have them all in one bag this time. Stampin' Up! Stopped carrying those little bags, so we have it all stacked, but it's all by card. So these on the front here, I get them all stacked together for you for the first set of cards, and the second set and the third set, and all of the envelopes are at the back. So let's go ahead and grab 2 envelopes per stack here. We'll have those 2, and then we'll stick 2 envelopes with this one. And we can go in that order, sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with these. And I want to make sure I've got my flaps upright so that when I stamp those, I don't do it wrong. These are the 2 cards that we're making with these. This is a similar, same card design, only using different card color bases and just kind of moving the circles around a little bit. So I'll put those up here so that I can reference those as I'm creating. And I'll go ahead and burnish my folds here with my bone folder. A nice staple in my stamp room. And we'll go ahead and make both of these cards at the same time. They are a little bit different. We'll just do it like that. We've got 2 pieces of white for the front and then 2 pieces for the inside. These are 4 by 5 1/4. And so you also have 1 sheet that is your scrap piece for stamping the images here. So keep that off to the side. And then we have all of these little pieces. Okay, so let's do our stamping for the inside here first, and the, let's see, let's put this, we'll do our flower stamping first. So we're going to do that on the inside, we're going to do that on the envelope, and we're going to do it on our scrap piece so that we can punch them out. So let's go ahead, and we have our outline piece. That one's going to be done in Pretty in Pink, just on the scrap paper. So we'll grab one of these white sheets, and if you look at our punches, The best way to use a punch is to put the paper in and where you're punching. So when we do our stamping, we want this to be near the edge so that we can punch it out. If we were to stamp in the middle here, we wouldn't be able to reach all the way in there to punch it out. So I'm going to be stamping closer to the edge so that I can punch that out. So that's good to be aware of. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this here. I'm actually going to stamp right here and right here. And that's all we need for the pink. This way I can save this other part of the paper for more stamping later. I just gave you a quarter sheet so you would have enough. It's actually a little bit less. I wanted all these the same size in case you used the wrong the wrong one for one of your stamping things. All right, so we're going to do this greenery in Summer Splash, which is actually more of a teal color, but that's the tealish blue green that's come through on that paper, so it still looks really cute. And I'll go ahead and line that up here. And my ink pad is a little bit juicy. You can see all of this is a little bit blotchy. No problem. I'm going to take a plastic spoon and my ink pad, and I'm going to press into the surface gently. Just kind of wipe across the surface. This makes the ink kind of go away from the surface, but I'm not wasting any ink. I'm not taking any ink off. If I were to use a paper towel or something, that would kind of mop up some of the ink, but then you'd throw that away. We want to save this ink, but it is a little bit juicy. They are very generous with their ink, Stampin' Up! When they give you a new ink pad, and this one is new. It's one of our new ink colors. So let's go ahead and re-stamp our outline in the pink and redo that one. And I'll probably do the same, pushing the ink away for the Petunia Pop too. Let's see what a difference this makes. That's a little better. And this one. Still pretty juicy. And now we can do the Petunia Pop. I'm going to take a baby wipe and just wipe my spoon so I can reuse this again and again. I just keep this spoon handy in my craft room. And let's go ahead and press this one as well. Give that a wipe so I don't get ink anywhere. And we've got these cute little flowers that just nestle into. That does look still pretty juicy. Let's press it one more time. These ink pads are very juicy. We'll just give it a good press. I can see the ink kind of coming away from the surface now. So let's stamp this juicy one and see the difference after we press it here. Oh, that's much better. So you see my very juicy one's kind of blotchy. And then after I pushed into the ink pad, it's looking a little nicer. All right, so let's go ahead and punch. Actually, we still need this one for the happy birthday here on the colored ones. And you're going to be stamping to the left side of those labels. So good thing we already pushed into those. We're going to take our 2 label pieces out here from our pile of little pieces. And we're going to have happy birthday. I'll just ink that up right in that spot where I pressed the ink down. And we'll stamp happy birthday right there and here. Okay, and since we have all of these pieces, we did all of these, we did the happy birthday birthday, we want to decorate the inside and the envelopes. So let's get our summer splash back out one more time. I'll wipe my spoon again and press this one more time, I think. Give this a good press. You can be quite firm with this. These are foam pads, and so can you see the color difference here? All right, so let's do this is the inside piece. This is a happy birthday. We're going to just do this in the corner. Since our card is this way, we want to make sure we're doing our stamping this way. Let's just do this in the corner. I think that'd be cute. But we'll do the same thing on the envelope. We've got 2 of those. Now we've got an envelope here. And another one. And then we can put that ink pad away. And we can do the flowers on all 4 of those. There's 1. 2. I'm kind of off camera, aren't I? Sorry. 3 and 4. I love how this this set has a bunch of pictures and words, and I love the fonts on it too. Okay, so these are going on the inside of the cards, and those are their envelopes. Let's put those off to the side. We can add those in a little bit. Here are our cards, and we can punch these out and then start assembling. So here's my punch. I'm going to take these 2 because they stamped a little bit nicer. So we're going to line that up so you can see it. Again, that's going into the part of the punch where it looks like it's together. That's the open side. So I'm just going to put it in there, line it up, and then punch. And then again with this one. Punch. And look at this, I can actually reuse this whole side. So this, even though I stamped here, you can't see it through the paper. So that's still a good piece of scrap paper. And now we can get all of these pieces in here. These 2 pieces are for the front. I was like, what are these for? All right, so we don't do any stamping on the front here. These just get adhered to the front, just like that. So let's go ahead and glue those down. Adding those with my liquid glue to have a little bit of wiggle room to get those corners straight. Can wiggle this up there like that, and that is on. Just a thin layer around the outside. No need to put it in the middle at all. There we go. And while we have our glue out, why don't we just put the insides in there? So nice, a lot of room for writing your birthday message. What a beautiful inside of a card, right? So here we have this one. And now we have all of these pieces. So each one gets one of these. This one's going to go here and here. This one has one of these. And this one I flipped it over to be this other color. And this one goes over here. And this one kind of goes under here somewhere. Something like that. We've got this pink one and the summer splash. This is pretty in pink. So it's a pretty in pink base and a petunia pop base. These are our new in colors. And then these 2 pieces get popped up on dimensionals, as do our cute little hearts here. These are off to the side. We have a new pack of metallic paper. This is called the Textured Metallic Specialty Paper. And it comes in a 3 different colors, just like our gems here. I think it comes in those 3 colors. So I punched the hearts here with the Bee Builder punch, which I love. So we're going to pop all of these up on dimensionals. So I got the big hearts and the little hearts, all part of the same punch. And then we'll just need 2 each for these label pieces. And then maybe some mini dimensionals for these little ones. If I can find mini dimensionals, where did I put those? Of course, I was crafting earlier and probably used them. If you don't have mini dimensionals on hand, by the way, you can just cut what you have. I can find my scissors now. That's funny. Well, there they are underneath my measurements. So if you don't have mini dimensionals, you can always cut the edges here to be mini dimensionals. No problem. Pardon some noise in the background. My kids are off of school now that it's summertime. So here is our mini dimensionals. And now we just need to glue these pieces down and these cards are done. So I'm going to do the background ones first. So I'll start with this one over here. Just copying my samples here. These have kind of an up pattern to them, so I'll keep that pattern right side up. Put in my kind of orange and pinky pattern. And our label piece with happy birthday off to the left. We'll keep that straight with the bottom there. And then we can put our popped up pieces on there. This will cover up that gap that's there. And then we can put our cute gold hearts. And now we'll move on to this card and then we'll add our embellishments at the end. This is using all 3 of our circle punches, which is 2 3/8, I think, 2 inches and 1 3/4 inches. You can find those in our online exclusives area in our shopping at orderwithdeb.com. Did I glue this one down? I didn't glue this one down. All right, we're going to quick squeeze this one in before this one adheres. There. We made it. That's why it's nice about liquid glue. Gives you a little bit of thinking time. Okay. We'll overlap that kind of going off the side there. Aren't these so pretty? I love this paper. This paper is called Unbounded Beauty DSP. DSP means Designer Series Paper. And now we can add some of these gems. So this one I used gold to match the gold ones here. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, which has a little bit of sticky putty on the end to pick up some little pieces here. So I'll just push that down and kind of scoot it, and that will pick up a gem there. So I'm going to use 3 big ones on one of the cards and then 3 little ones on the other one, just so they kind of match each other. Nobody needs to know their different sizes, but you do get big ones and little ones on this page. If your putty is kind of old, you can kind of twirl it, rip off the end, and you'll get new putty kind of coming out the end there. Just kind of pat that down, and then you have a new piece of sticky putty to pick more gems up. I love this because I can pick up tiny little things without having to get any pinchers out or anything. There. So these cards are done. We've got our first set all finished. I'm going to leave my gems off to the side here because we will reuse those for the other cards. And here are our beautiful envelopes. Moving along, we have our manly cards coming next, which are these 2. I love this paper. This is the woods. Let's see, what is this one called? Country Wood DSP. So here are our card kits here. We have a card base in Early Espresso and Pecan Pie. Got my envelopes facing the right way. This is that beautiful designer series paper, and look at this paper on the back. It's like a wood green, but it's blue. So pretty. Got all these little pieces. Here's some more of that metallic paper, and those are cut out with the bow punch that has a big sprig and a little sprig. And then we've got the same punch here in petal pink for our shadow piece. And then we've got two more of the wood patterns here, and we're going to be stamping on those. So it's kind of like a light blue, a pool party wood, and a white with kind of a cream. And the back of those are more neutral wood colors. And we've got some pieces here. These are embossed with our Timber 3D embossing folder. These pieces are 2 3/4 wide by 5.5 tall. Same thing for the inside white pieces, same measurements. That is 2 3/4 by 5.5. And our long pieces of DSP here are 5.5 tall, 1 inch wide strips. So nice and easy to remember. We're going to, your card bases are already embossed or scored for you, but it's scored in half at 4 1/4, but also at 3 inches. That's how we get this bookbinding fold right here. This is actually glued together in this area so that you open it up and you'll see the inside there. I didn't add the insides to my samples here, but we will for our cards here. So let's go ahead and burnish our cards. Again, I like to put my fingernails up there so I can push those top corners to the bottom corners and get that all lined up just perfectly. And then that top one will just fold back like that. And the next card, same thing. I like a nice, easy, fun fold. These bookbinding fun folds, it's the same amount of cardstock, only you're making it more fun. And you're actually using less paper because the inside is smaller to put your inside greeting on. So let's go ahead and add some glue to the inside now already. Up to that score line there. And we'll just press that for about 5 to 10 seconds to make sure that it's really adhered down. If you were adding a ribbon wrapped around this section, you could attach it on the inside here before you glued it down, and that would really secure like a ribbon there. We're just going to simulate that kind of look with this DSP though. That is a fun way to add some ribbon to a card without having to tie it all the way around. You're just kind of faux tying it all the way around, right? All right, so there's our 2 card bases. And right away we can attach these wood panels to the front and these ones actually too. So let's go ahead and add those right away. I love this paper. I think this is probably my absolute favorite in the entire catalog. Okay, here's this piece. Let me know in the comments if you have this bundle or if it's on your wish list. It's really a great bundle to have. So I hope that you utilize this class and follow along and make these cards with this bundle. So I'm using the same stamp set and punch on all these cards, and they're so different from each other. Okay, so here we have our neutral pieces, and then we need to do some stamping on these, and then we have these cute little bow pieces there. So let's go ahead and do some stamping. We're just going to use the Early Espresso ink pad and Enjoy Today. On both of those. I'm actually going to just use that on the envelopes as well. Enjoy today. Maybe on the back flap there. And this could really be for anything, right? It could be for a graduation or a birthday or anything that you want them to enjoy, right? Retirement, anything. All right, so let's go ahead and put this together. Again, I'm going to leave this one blank because it's kind of a skinny piece, and then we can really make this card anything that we want. I'll just have it on hand. So no need to repeat the enjoy today on the inside if we have it on the front. So let's go ahead and just glue those inside pieces in real quick. And again, you'll have a little bit of a border on the left and the right after we open this piece. Adding our liquid glue here in a thin little layer that will go all the way from the top to the bottom with that little border on the left and the right. So there's our inside. And then this piece. And then we can glue our top labels to our little shadow pieces. I'm just going to have those nest in to each other like that. So it's kind of popping out from the little indent there. And then we'll put those on dimensionals. And those are ready to be adhered, but first we want to add a little bit of Stamp and Seal with our piece here. We'll just kind of make a little mark here and pop that. We're going to add, let's see, the white one to this one. I should have probably hovered my piece here before I put this on. So I want this to be kind of here-ish. So let's put that there and then put our label on. There's our first one. And then this one, again, we want our label to be here. So I want to hide my seal. That looks pretty good. So let's put that away. And then we just need to add our rhinestones or our gems or whatever you'd like to call it. Since we're using the copper one, we'll add copper to this one. And I added these like little rivets to the top and the bottom. So I'm using the small ones on one of the cards. What am I doing? I'm using my fingers. This is easier. Okay, I'm going to add it with this. And the big one on this one. Oops, it's upside down. Okay, and now this card is done. So there's our beautiful manlier cards. Enjoy today with our matching envelopes. And now cards number 3. So these are the same card again, but different colors. We've got a purple and a pink version. And so I'll let you know all the measurements here. We've got a thick white card base, and our next colored layer is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I've got Gorgeous Grape and Flirty Flamingo here, and that's the same as the bottom punch color here. Our middle colors here are Pretty in Pink and Highland Heather, and our pink up here is Bubblegum, or yeah, is that right? I think it's Bubblegum. Hang on. Bubble Bath and Fresh Freesia. So we're just stamping in black with this one, and this little strip is a 3/8 of an inch strip. Our white embossed piece here is the Zinnia 3D embossing folder. If you can see Let's see if you can see some of that embossing. Maybe. There you can kind of see it. So it's got a flowery background. That piece is 3 3/4 by 5 inches tall. So we didn't need to add anything to the middle, and we're just going to be stamping that because this is a white base. And then we used our silver embellishments on this one. So let's go ahead and make these cards. This one's nice and easy. You just do a bunch of butterflies. So let's grab our last set of cards and envelopes. And of course, we're going to decorate the envelope with a butterfly too. All right, so let's go ahead and burnish our card bases with our bone folder. Card number 1, card number 2, we can just add our colored layers and our embossed pieces right away because there's no stamping involved on either one of those. Oh, look, I have 3 in here. I wonder if I was missing one on one. Uh-oh. I think I had to redo another one, and I was like, wait, I thought I counted right. That's funny. Well, there's my extra piece. If you get a card kit and you're missing that piece, let me know and I'll mail it to you. I don't think so. I think I counted before I put everything in and made sure everything was in there, but I think I had to redo that one. That's funny. Okay, here's our flirty flamingo. And with that liquid glue, I can wiggle it around to make sure it's straight. Let's see, which side do I like better? It's kind of a toss-up. They both look really cute. I think I'm going to glue down so that you can see the outlines bumping up. See how quickly these cards come together? Let's put them up here so you can see them a little bit better. All right, so now we have all of these pieces, and we're just going to be stamping butterflies continuously. I love this butterfly. I wish there was a punch for the butterfly. That would be cool. And we also have this little strip, and you'll just do 2 of the words and just kind of trim it where you need to. So I've got my butterfly here and my Memento black ink. If you have a piece of scrap paper, you can always test your stamping on that. I think this should be good. I like to give a press in the middle. That one got a little bit faded. Might need to re-ink my ink pad. So if I don't like that one, I'll just turn the punch over and stamp it again. That one looks good. It doesn't look bad. I'm happy with it. There. Move up a little bit so you can see everything. I guess you don't really need to punch this butterfly out because it fits so nicely on the Labeled with Love punch. By the way, during part of June, if you're watching this live, we do have a stamp and die bundle sale. So usually you save 10% on bundles. This one has 3 of these dies if you'd rather have the dies than the punch. Personally, though, I really like the punch on this one. Although preparing for this class, I used so many of them, I probably should have prepped it with the dies, honestly. All right, we got thanks, friend, there. I did that twice. We'll just snip that apart. I've got ink on my finger. Hopefully I don't touch anything with that. Famous last words. All right, let's see if I can touch this wet wipe over there. All right, so now I got to put everything on dimensionals, even these little guys. So then you shall be close to being ready. I shouldn't have put the ink away yet because we wanted to stamp the envelopes with this same butterfly too. Whoops. That's okay. We can get it back up. I like that these labels are just a nice medium size label, and they work perfectly with just 2 dimensionals and don't need too many extras. I wouldn't say 1 would suffice. I guess if you were cheap, but I think 2 is just perfect on these. All right, so let's go ahead and add, see these edges? If you don't have those mini dimensionals, these little edge pieces are just perfect for this. Look, you can use 3 right there like that. Just perfect. Ooh. And you can even snip if you haven't gotten that far on the rest of the dimensionals. These little edge pieces will just come off. Okay, so let's turn all of these over. I didn't take any of the backings off yet, so they're not going to stick to my table yet. I just wanted to see what I'm working with. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the pink card first. Before I take the backings off, I'm going to space these how I want them. That way, I can make sure that everything's spaced the way I want. I want to space these so that all of the butterflies are evenly apart, the middle one's in the middle, and we got a little bit bigger of a gap on the top and the bottom. You guys can space them however you'd like. I'm going to start with this middle one. Just like so. Hopefully that's straight. And this guy. And then this one. So do you like the pink card or the purple card better? Are you a pink fan or a purple fan? Okay, we gotta put these together first. Place them before sticking is the smart way to go. Is that in the center? I think so. Okay, almost done with this whole class. This is a quick one. Nice and easy. We like to make it, it's called Sweet and Simple Stamping, right? Sweet and Simple Card Class. We get fancy with our mystery stamping every Wednesday, so make sure you tune in for that too. All right, let's just go ahead and place our thanks friend right on that center butterfly. So cute. Just like that. And then we need our silver dots now. So I'm going to do a big one, and then a little one, and then a big one, and a big one. Sorry about the dog. I bet somebody just came home or something. And we got a little one, and oops, get my putty back on the end there, and a little one. So now I've used 3 of each, little and big. So there is our card. Oh, we need to do the envelopes. I can't forget. So let's go ahead and do a butterfly in the left bottom corner, and then we'll be done with this whole class. We'll get our black ink back out. Oops, just throwing things, don't mind me. We've got our butterfly. I'll tilt it a little bit. I'm going to press it on the top of the block just to make sure all of that ink transfers. Sometimes when your ink pad needs to be re-inked, you can just kind of fake it by pressing a little bit longer and harder. Okay, so there are our last 2 cards. So here we'll just pile them all up so you can see them all. This was the May Sweet and Simple card class. I got the camera in quite a bit, don't I? That's okay. So now you can see all of those beautiful cards. Let me know which one is your favorite. I'll put my face back up here, I think. Let's see. There I am. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know which one is your favorite, and thank you again for tuning in. If you would like to purchase any of these materials, you can go to orderwithdeb.com. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.